Back here on 120 Sports, time to pump the brakes. There's always a lot of drama going around New York. Jeff Hornacek, James Dolan, and now the triangle offense being brought to the mainstream. Jeff Hornacek said there may be a few players that think the triangle is a deterrent. There are also probably players out there that say, oh man, I would like to run something like that. There are guys that may not necessarily like to run around, screens, staggers, and all that stuff. It's still an offense where guys, if they're knowledgeable about the game, should like. Fawn, what's your reaction to this quote?
I feel bad for Jeff Hornacek. I don't know if his job was predicated on running the triangle offense. He had to run it and believe in it, but they don't have the personnel to run it. The league has changed. Guys are not coming down running set offenses now. This is a pick and roll league where your point guards putting you in a lot of pick and rolls and they're making plays for you 60% of the time. It's just not that type of league, and I think that's why Derrick Rose has spoke out a couple times this year about the Knicks offense because trying to run a triangle because he wants to be able to create and come off the dribble. So I think he has to do away with it. The game has just changed. A lot of three-point shooting and pick and rolls. That's what the game has evolved to, and that's what you got to figure out your roster kind of constructed to that. The triangle offense is going to be done for a long time.
I actually think you're spot on. The way the game has evolved and the way the guys are shooting 37, 38, 39% from three, the three-point shot has become more prevalent. I'll ask you, besides Phil Jackson-led teams, the Bulls, Lakers, have you ever seen another team in the NBA run the triangle?
No, it was an offense of his choice. It was Phil's choice. But he's always had that type of two-guard who can run it. He's always had a back-to-the-basket center, even though at the Bulls he didn't have a great center, but all those guys were good with their back to the basket. They can pass, they can score a little bit from the block. Obviously, he had Shaq, so this is the personnel is not the same.
Yeah, I just the way the game's being played right now, where the coaching isn't the same at the high school level. AAU basketball, you're drafting teenagers, they come into the league, they don't have any basketball knowledge. When you look around at the NBA, how many players can you pick out on a particular roster? You go, huh, that guy really knows how to play.
I mean, it's a couple, but I mean, you got so many guys that want it done. How much are they learning over a 6-7 month period? It's tough. These coaches are bringing them in right away, trying to see if they can win a national title, take advantage of their talent. Guys are not sticking around to learn the game to even get stronger. So it's tough to say it. That's why I think you got to realize you're going to draft off potential mostly. Kristaps Porzingis, he's not. It took him a while. He's starting to come into his own. He's a guy that's necessarily not going to be great in the triangle. He can stretch the defense, but I like to see him in pick and rolls where he can use his skill level, shoot the three, put it on the floor, and make plays for others. I wouldn't want to see him coming down and getting in the post every time. I want to use his versatility to be out on the floor.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do. They got Carmelo Anthony still on the roster. He has that no trade clause. Porzingis will still be there. Derrick Rose, well, that may be a different